So another thing, ilikuwa challenging sana. Yenye watu hawataki kuongelelea about your partners is about sex.
Yes.
People don't want to talk about that.
Yes.
And it's a topic that we have to talk about because
I
remember when I was diagnosed, now my husband was like, now I'm not going to have that.
That's the first thing he thinks about.
I'm not going to have this thing any for 6 months and undergo chemotherapy. I have made so many changes, especially on food. I used to eat any food. I used to put into my mouth anything I come across with. Me hakuna kitu nilikuwa skuli, but for now I'm telling you, yeah.
Sasa, I understand, okay, I know that you've been going through treatments and whatnot, but they don't.
Yes.
If you're comfortable with sharing, of course.
Yes.
How many rounds of chemo have you been put through, and what round are you on?
I have been put on 8 rounds of chemotherapy because one out of 5 lymph nodes that were removed from my armpit was cancerous. So I was told I have to go through chemotherapy.
So you underwent a mastectomy?
Yes, I underwent a mastectomy. One of my breasts was removed. Yeah, and then after that, one of my breasts was removed, and also lymph nodes. 5 of them were removed. So one of them was found to be positive, and it had to be. I had to go through chemotherapy. So I'm on my 5th chemo out of 8.
Oh, wait. So if the lymph node had not come out cancerous, you wouldn't have had to do chemotherapy.
Yes, I wouldn't have had to go through chemo.
Well, what would they have done? Just given you like target therapy, no?
Hormonal therapy.
Hormonal therapy, yeah.
Yes.
Because this is again something I came to find out. Most people don't know that 99% of the origin of breast cancer is hormonal based, due to excessive estrogen
and progesterone
in the body. And we get that these days in excess because kuna ile natural Mungu amekuumba ikuwe secreted, but then we eat kuku zimedungwa estrogen. Okay, for those of you who don't know what estrogen is, I just know, I personally describe it as a growth hormone, but Winnie being a medic atatupea a proper description. I call it the growth hormone because I know it is responsible for the maturity stages in teenagers, for instance, and even us as we are transiting from utoto to utuzima.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's responsible for kuota matiti to matako to hips, the boys ndevu, ku break voice and stuff like that.
Yeah, for the men it's called testosterone. Testosterone.
That's a lovely tongue twister.
Yeah, for the boys, it's different from the girls.
Testosterone, it's different from the girls. Of course, that's what makes them boys and we girls.
Yeah.
But you can see that it's responsible. The moment your body starts secreting these hormones, you grow. It symbolizes growth, and thereafter, it keeps secreting. So naturally, you're designed to secrete these hormones.
Yes.
But some smart human beings somewhere who are greedy for money decided that they cannot wait for 3 months for things like chicken to mature. What do? They give them chicken feeds and they inject them with these hormones, mostly estrogen.
Yes.
And what happens is, when you observe, actually, huwa napenda kutumia timetable yangu ya nyumbani.
Yeah.
Mondays we eat sima, whatever mboga we have, and some form of meat. Okay, that's what we used to eat. Tuesday, we have sandwiches. Sandwiches could mean we are having eggs, which are made by chicken, are made from chicken. Yes. I mean, originate from chicken. What am I saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes we used things like sausages, things like polonies, things like salamis, and all that comes from these animals, which are by extension zinafidiwa hizo estrogen ndio zikuwe kubwa haraka.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they don't want to wait for the wait period ya hizi animals kumature. And Wednesday we eat pilau, So it could be pilau ya kuku ama pilau ya nyama or whatever. And some salad. Thursday we eat chapati and maragwe. Literally, it is the only day we don't eat nyama in this house. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And in fact hiyo chapati na maragwe tulikuwaga tunaipika na minced meat ndani. So ushaona hiyo style ya kupika maragwe na minced meat. Imagine. Nyama bado. Friday ni siku ya nini? Mashed potatoes and stew. Stew ni nini? Nyama. Saturday ni siku ya spaghetti. Spaghetti na minced meat. Ama spaghetti na beef, spaghetti na chicken, hiyo yote ni nini? Nyama. Sunday ni siku ya chips, sausage or chips, chicken. Wow. Like Sunday is our fast food allowance day. Guess what? Do you realize you've eaten meat every single day of the week except actually every single day of the week, considering tuko tunaeka nyama kwa maragwe.
Yeah.
In different forms.
That's true.
So hizo nyama zote ni kudungwa estrogen zimedungwa. So we are adding more estrogen into our body than the body can handle, because the what I understand is mwili huwa imejidesign kujibalance. Iko na balance formula yake. But now when we put in too much sugar, too much of everything, it can't function as it should. Na shida inatokezea hapo.
And I also came to learn, though I'm still learning also, about stress. Stress also causes production of estrogen.
Yes, excessive production of estrogen.
Yes, and also weight gain, a lot of weight gain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wale mnasikia, if you're struggling to lose weight, unashindwa, I'm fasting, I'm doing intermittent fasting, I'm going to the gym and I'm not losing weight. Umesikia hiyo from a medic. Directly from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, that's true.
Winnie.
Yes, please.
So, I want to know, I know there is Winnie who received chemo 1.
Yes.
And I want to understand where your mind is at post chemo 5. Wait, you're on 5 or 6 now?
I'm on 5 going to 6.
6.
Yes.
I would like to know what changes took place between chemo 1 to right now chemo 5 going to 6, and not just physical changes, because we all know the physical changes. I mean, you can see. I used to be just about 2-3 months ago. This was me, and now look at me. A head full of hair. We thank God.
We thank God for that.
I'm still battling, but you can see that God indeed does restore. Whatever amekuumba design ya kuwa, and he's God, for even where man cannot restore, God does restore.
That's true.
So this is just a passing phase, but I'd like to know feelings zako ukianza chemo ya kwanza. In fact, okay, you being a medic, maybe ulikuwa unajua chemo ni nini. 99% of uko unajua
nothing. No.
Let's talk about that. That's interesting, because even my family members, you know, my mom is a breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
And none of us had ever attended a session with her. I would always drop her off. Anapokelewa na nurses, wanapelekwa huko ndani. You can't even enter those rooms because they're so disinfected. You'll infect them with whatever it is they say you'll infect them with. Their immune system is so low. You cannot be in the same places with them. Considering sisi tuna interact na watu wengi huku nje, we can almost carry anything and everything and pass to them, so it's dangerous. So hatukuwahi ingia room yake ya dawa. Hata at least kwangu mimi, people are allowed to come in and see me and mingle with me shortly, and then they leave. So how do you not know what chemotherapy is? Like how chemotherapy is?
Experiencing it. I have never been to a setup where
chemo is being administered.
I can be a medic, yes, but there are different fields.
Yeah, of course.
I had never. We learn it in the books, but we don't go so much deep into that. Only if you want to specialize into that field, that is when you'll get to know it better.
I see.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't know what I was going to get. I just heard from friends. I just Googled. I even told you I'm afraid to go for chemo, and you told me it is okay, it is fine. You will pull through. And it took me like almost 4 weeks for me to make that decision to start chemo, because after mastectomy in December I was told I need to do chemo because of my infected lymph nodes. So I made a decision to go through it, and I got my first chemotherapy. It was horrible, I can't lie.
The very first one?
The very first one, yeah. Vomiting and a lot of nausea, a lot of fatigue. I was very tired. I couldn't even get out of bed to go to the toilet. Yeah, but as it progressed, it became better and better and better until up to now.
Your body has learned how to handle it.
Yes. The fifth
I remember
one,
the very first one I had. I had to be I had to be rushed back to hospital at around midnight.
Sorry.
Because I was experiencing extreme levels of acidity. It almost felt like hydrochloric acid was, like coming back all the way up, and I couldn't. Like if I tried to sleep, it was so painful. Like I cannot describe it.
Sorry.
And we went to hospital and they gave me antacids and nothing. I was up, yani Miss J kesha hivi paka 6 a.m. Nikesha na Dan. Hadi ilipofika 4-5 nikamhurumia, nikajambia jamani, kijana wenyewe anaenda kazini kesho, let me let him sleep. Because he used to wake up very early in the morning, drop the boys off at school, and then go head to work. And the very first one was a beast. I can't lie.
Yeah, me for the first 4 were very hard.
All the 4?
Yes, all the 4.
Could it be that your state of mind probably,
I don't think,
like there was an expectation that ABCD will happen, and so it happens. Like when you, I don't want to use confession is possession, but it's almost like when you feel like I'm gonna die, eventually you're gonna die.
That's
because
true.
You've already, they say that our brains, our minds and our bodies are completely, they're in one body, but they operate independently. In the sense that sometimes you can, if you are able to conquer your mind will cheat your body. Your body doesn't know the difference.
True, that's true.
So if you can learn to cheat your mind, even when you're not feeling okay, which is a science that I've applied. I remember the first times nilikuwa nasikia kutapika. I would go to this, ndio nimesimama chooni, standby, lakini I'm like, I will not vomit. Mr. Tapika, I'm not going to vomit. And after around 5 minutes, I pace my breathing, it's completely gone.
Wow.
And so I proved that method works. And I learned to also eat, especially days after dawa, to eat very minimal and light food. Because, hata we imagine, hii machine imezoea kusiaga njugu kilo 10. Ukuje uimwagie njugu kilo 20 at once. What happens? Na hii machine in this case is your body. Imezoea kudigest tu zile chakula wewe ukula na nini. And then now there is this toxic drug that you're adding to it. So of course inakuwa overwhelmed. And I believe that is one of the reasons why inafika mahali confusion na nini, and I talk about this somewhere, I think. I don't know whether in a video or commentaries or what, but I tell people I used to fast when I was going for chemotherapy, and guys were like, you're crazy. I didn't even tell my nurses. But the ideology behind that is I didn't want my body to focus on digesting foods, digesting what? I would just drink water. Because water helps flush out the toxins of the drug. And so what happened is my body focused on absorbing the drug. The drug did whatever it is it needed to do. And the water I was drinking helped flush out the toxins from the drug. And I believe that's why I'm still here today.
We thank God for that. Yeah. That was good of you. For me, it wasn't like mindset like I will imagine that I will vomit, then I go to vomit. No. It was just happening. I was really trying as much as I could not to, but
even with the drugs, the anti-nausea drugs that
yes, I was given the anti-nausea drugs, but it happens, especially in the first 3 days of the treatment, and then as the days goes by, it relaxes. So my experience with the first 4 chemo was hard. The fifth one that I just had recently, I reacted. I was given the drug, but my body started swelling in the first 30 minutes.
And it was the same drug that you've been getting from before?
It was a different drug. No, they changed.
A different drug.
Yes, they changed the drug. Yeah, and I had that reaction.
Yeah.
But I was given the medications to counteract the reactions, and I thank God I was okay after like 1 hour. Yeah, and the drug went on well.
Do the kids you have 2 kids from what I understand?
Yes, I have 2 kids.
Boys, girls?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. Do they know that you're sick?
My boy is 8 years. Yes, he knows. Yeah, I try to tell him about what is happening because he sees that I do not have hair, so every day.
And you used to have hair.
Yes.
My boy told me, mommy, you look like a boy.
Yeah, he knows because when I go for the dawa, I usually tell him I'm going for medication today. I just tell him, I let him know whatever is happening. He might not know the disease itself, but he knows that I'm sick. So every now and then you tell me, Mommy, you'll be fine. Mommy, you'll be fine. Yeah. When he sees tiny hairs growing, he's like, Mommy, your hair is growing back. Yeah, thank God you're becoming better. Yeah, he knows. Nice. But the girl is 2 years, barely 2 years. He doesn't understand. She likes kissing my kipara every morning. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Let us talk about lifestyle. Have you made any changes?
Yeah, I have made so many changes, especially on food. I used to eat any food. I used to put into my mouth anything I come across with. Me hakuna kitu nilikuwa skuli, but for now I'm telling you. Yeah. But for now I don't take sugar. I do not take sugar at all. I have reduced mafuta, the cooking oil. I have reduced it because I'm supposed to take organic oil, and it's very expensive. It's hard for me to find.
Like the pressed oils.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what that is, muwa mnauziwa sijui this or that. There are only 3 oils that I know are organic in this world: olive oil, coconut oil, and sesame seeds oil. Hizo vitu zingine zote sijui ni nini. Hata zinaitwa vegetable oil na zitoki kwa vegetables. Zinatoka kwa seeds from palm trees and all that. So if you're looking to shop and use, like looking to go down a healthy route, cancer or not, healthy oils are olive oil, coconut oil, and sesame seed oil. And most people prefer olive oil because the scent is not as heavy. You can use it to pika mayai na usipoteze harufu ya mayai. It's not like coconut oil. Unajua harufu ya coconut oil iko a bit overbearing, iko very strong.
Yeah, so I have changed on that, and also I have learned to take fruits and vegetables, something which I was not used to. I remember every time my husband will buy fruits, he will encourage me to take them, like, no.
And you know, I remember that about my mom as well. She used to tell me, kula matunda, kula mboga, and una feel ni punishment.
No. So for him, he likes them, but for me, I didn't like them. But for now, it is mandatory. I do not have any option. So
do you know, I visit people's houses and they ask me, tukweke sijui tukweke mimi na msinipatie chakula ambayo haina mboga. Period.
Yeah, sometimes I even feel bad. It is good, but I remember Juicy, I went to buy some food, and I was like, Mimi nyama. I just look at the salads, and that is what I was picking, and I felt it's okay. I'm adjusting to it. It's not easy, but I have to.
Do you have cheat days?
No,
not yet. Okay. Well, I had a cheat day. I mean, my birthday just came up recently, because for me, I stopped taking wheat because I discovered that there is sugar in wheat. Why? I don't know. But I think they use it as a preservative. And in most foods, they use sugar as preservatives because sababu salt is very overbearing. It's like coconut. Coconut oil, it's very strong. The taste of salt is very strong. It alters the taste of food. Unaona ukiweka sukari kwa chakula haibadiliki sana kama ukiweka chumvi.
True.
So I think the people who preserve these foods you prefer to use sugar as a preservative as opposed to salt.
Yeah.
But shida ni sasa when I started saving out, like I can't eat this, I realized siwezi hata kula sima unless ni my mama ananitengezeanga unga ya kisiagi.
Wow.
Like watu wa Geshagi wanaweka mahindi kwa bus inakuja. Sometimes even my mboga comes from Geshagi because then we are sure it comes from our shamba.
Exactly.
It has no pesticides and things like that. But it's cumbersome. But I had to stop eating vitu kama wheat, sugar, and all tea because drinks that have caffeine, the sodas and the energy drinks, they tend to feed tumors and they tend to enhance their growth really fast.
So what do you take for your breakfast as tea?
So this is the thing. I discovered the number one food on this planet that builds the immune system is cocoa. But si zile cocoa mnaenda kununua supermarket zile mnafikiria. 100% raw cocoa powder, ile kali. There is I'm sorry, but I have to bring that baguette. Just excuse me. I have to show them.
So guys, we can continue with the conversation. Yeah. She's here.
Oops. See, this is Gold Coast cocoa powder, and yes, I'm their brand ambassador. Wow. I have taken it upon myself to educate people who want to go green and take organic stuff, man. This baby here comes all the way from Ghana. And wachani niwafundishe. I know huwa mkiangalia mtu anasoma ingredients, you tend to say naye ana uzungu. It's not uzungu. I hope you guys can see ama itakuwa opposite. But the thing is, what does it say Winnie? Ingredient ndo wasiseme nadanganya.
100% pure cocoa, no added sugar, coloring or preservatives.
And sasa wewe juko hapa, wewe ndio utanusa uambie inanuka aje, inanukia aje ama inanuka aje.
Iko sawa? It's smelling good.
It smells rich, you guys. Ina taste, iko na smell ya dark chocolate. Like if you love dark chocolate, this thing smells like dark chocolate. Whereas hizi koko tumezoea, hizi koko tunaambiwa ni koko.
Nimeongeza sukari.
Winnie, onja kidogo by the way. You need to onja and tell them it is very bitter, right?
Bitter.
Yes. That is how you know what real cocoa powder tastes like.
Yeah.
100% pure raw cocoa powder is extremely bitter. Hizi vitu zingine mnauziwa in the form of cocoa powder ziko na added sugar. Wacha drinking chocolate. Kuna cocoa powder ambayo si kali kama hiyo umekunywa.
Sijai.
Inamaanisha they've taken it to the factory, they've processed it, wakapunguza ile ukali. How do they punguza ukali? By sweetening. Even if they don't add the sugar, it is that you know they add a sweetener.
That's true.
A synthetic sweetener to reduce the ukali kidogo for human consumption. But when you guys came here, I made you a cup of this hot chocolate with 2 teaspoonfuls of honey. Was it nice or not?
It was nice, but I felt it was different.
It was different.
It was
exactly.
different. I couldn't ask.
Yeah. So
it was different.
Imagine this is I don't know if you knew as a medic, but cocoa is the number one food responsible for regeneration of stem cells in your bone marrow. It's responsible for the part that is responsible for your immune system. Hiyo ndio way inatuma signal kwa brain iseme hey, mali fulani kumekatika, ule anasema haya sawa, too many antibodies. It originates from the stem cells. And this guy here is responsible for building the bone marrow and the stem cells. It's basically responsible for strengthening your immune system.
Yeah.
So I take this, and I occasionally take green tea, but it's quite expensive, so it's not sustainable for me. This is very sustainable for me because it only cost me $3.50 per packet. Of course, when I ship in, they're not in Kenya yet, but we're definitely looking at how to get this product into the country because it's going to help the likes of us.
Yes.
Because before nijue manake nilikuwa nimeacha kula sukari nini, but I would still eat chocolate, vitu kama hizo. I was still eating items that have sugar without knowing. they have sugar.
Yes.
Na mimi najambia niliacha kula sukari, but it ain't true. So we are going to try and make this product available. Hopefully, it will go well.
Yeah.
Shipping ndio huwa ni kisirani, but I think it is important for people to know what it is they put in their bodies.
Yeah, that's true.
It is. So I take this cocoa, I take hot chocolate for tea. And when I can afford to buy green tea, I make green tea. But before that, nilikuwa natengeneza maji, ginger, naeka a bit of cinnamon na honey.
For me, I used to take water only, hot water with lemon and ginger. And I did that in my second chemo, and I lost a lot of weight. Yeah, I really lost a lot of weight.
Well,
yeah. I didn't know.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I just want to know how you feel right now after maybe after chemo, going through that journey. How are you feeling right now, energy-wise?
Energy-wise, I am feeling very good. I am not where I used to be. I get tired really easily. My mood swings are still up and down the board. Sometimes I want to do something and sometimes I really just don't want to, and don't force me.
Okay.
I feel really good, I would say, because I'm still going to work. I dance as part of exercise.
Okay.
I have a trainer who comes here, and they give me dance in form of workouts because I wanted to dance for my joy.
Yes.
To kick away the depression, the depressive state I was in, to help me forget this thing that I was going through. I just want moments of joy because I knew that in me laughing, my brain was releasing dopamine and filling up with oxygen, and I know cancerous cells cannot thrive in such an environment.
Yes, that's true.
So it was very important for me to dance. But in the process of dancing, working out, because usually as cancer patients, we're encouraged to work out.
Yes, exercising.
Exactly.
I always do exercise early in the morning, but not every day, not yet. I am not yet there because it's something I wasn't used to.
I tried. See, that's the thing. I tried to do exercises every morning, and you get somewhere and you just get tired.
Yes.
So I decided I have to exercise through something I love, and that is dance.
Dancing.
Because when I'm dancing, it doesn't feel like I'm exercising.
I can feel one more. Nice, one more.
I'm generally exercising, I would say.
That is great. That is great. I loved your journey. I love your journey. You have been. You are an inspiration to me because even before I started chemo, I was looking at your journey and I got inspired and I said, like, if
Wait,
she can.
I'd already started posting. I'd already gone public about my.
Yes, in October. In October, you posted in October.
In October, end of
Yes,
October.
and I was diagnosed in November. Yeah. So I didn't even know that then in October I was okay, but in November towards the end month, then when you posted, I started following your journey, and I was very inspired by how you're taking yourself, and everything, and every step that I have made, I can tell you today that it is because of you, and thank you so much.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That is something you never knew, but
no.
Yeah, it is true. I always watch your steps and I always follow what you do, and it has really helped me.
I'm really honored to hear that.
Yeah.
And up until recently, I realized that people keep telling me you're a strong person, you're a strong woman, and the true star of my show is God, to be very honest, because even strength comes from Him.
True.
He says, I am strong when you are weak.
That's true.
Sometimes you feel like you're doing it by your own might, but He's carrying you on the back of His shoulder. You're seeing one step of footsteps and you feel like they are your footsteps. You feel so alone. You feel like God is not in this story.
True.
And then He tells you, whose set of footsteps do you think those footsteps you're seeing are? They are His footsteps.
Amen.
He's carrying you on the shoulder. That is why you're seeing only one set of footsteps.
Yeah.
And Man, God has been super gracious to me. You guys have no idea. I didn't have the luxury of another me. Someone who came before me to show me that I can do this. I didn't know anyone like that except my mom. And even the things that I'm going through, my mom didn't go through. So it's relatable, yes. We're battling breast cancer, but the experiences are completely different. So sometimes she doesn't even know how to help me. And we have to sit down and figure it out. But you can imagine the level of confusion that brings about.
That's true.
You had me, and I believe I found my calling in the sense that God allowed me to go through what it is I'm going through for the sake of you and many, many other people.
Yeah,
so I cannot sit here and single-handedly say that I'm a strong person and I did this by myself. It is 100% of
God. We give him his glory. Yeah.
that he deserves. You know, Simone, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Yeah.
I would be dead a long time ago. And I knew for sure that God wanted to use me because if there are people who get diagnosed with cancer this month, and within 2 months they are dead.
Yeah. That's true.
1 year plus, I'm still alive. And I know for sure we found it about a year ago, but I'm sure I was carrying it from way back when, because they say it takes cancer 9 to 15 years before it actually manifests as a symptom. Usikie lymph node imefura, ama uanze kusikia
Kuchoka. By the way, for me, I remember I used to be very tired even before the diagnosis. I got to a point where I couldn't even do a house chores. Sometimes my husband would come and tell me, you've not done this, and I've just told him, I am tired. I've not done anything.
I've not done anything.
Yes.
You've just woken up in the morning
and you're tired.
And you feel tired.
Yeah.
I remember going through those motions as well.
Yeah.
But you see, at the time, at least I didn't know that could be a sign and symptom of cancer. If I knew, because ikuchoka ilianza kitambo. And the thing is, when they tell you about the signs and symptoms of breast cancer, they are very, very specific signs and symptoms. And that's why I wanted to talk about this thing and educate people. Look, there is more than just pimples on your breast or you.
Lumps.
You know, by the time your matiti is toaing pus, it means your cancer imeenda.
Yeah. Imekuwa sana.
Because in the early stages hata haitoangi pus, but then they tell you look out for symptoms like matiti inatoa damu, inatoa pus. By the time inafanya hivyo iko stage 4.
That's true.
You get. So I was very curious about kwa nini hakuna mtu anaongelelea kuhusu the earliest forms of any form of cancer.
I think fatigue. Extreme.
I would say that when you have extreme fatigue, na unajua vizuri hakuna kazi umefanya, ndio umeamka asubuhi lakini unasikia mwili imekataa kabisa. Something's wrong. Go get checked. We're not saying it's always cancer. It's just an alarm. Go get checked.
Yeah. That's it. I don't have any questions.
Okay,
Unless
you don't have
a
any more
question
questions?
for me. Yeah.
No. So what should we expect from Winnie going forward? Post. I love referring to my problems as past. And I know watu wengi wanashinda kuniuliza kwani ulishapona? Na mimi naambia nilipona.
Exactly.
But the thing is, naambia nilipona lakini bado niko kwa matibabu. It's because in my head I'm already there.
Yes.
In the physical, ndio bado niko kwenye niko. And I know for sure whatever I conquer with my head, the body has no option than to oblige.
Yes.
So, by the way, 99% of the time you are sick, it is here. It is here. Whatever you tell to your brain is whatever your body feels.
Yeah, that's
If you wake up and say, oh my God, I'm tired, you will feel tired. And watu wananiambia ni wewe bado unaenda kwa nagomezwa na kazi zangu. I don't know why you're still going to work. Can you stay home upumzike? Because I'll do chemo today, rest tomorrow, and go to work the following day.
You are strong.
No, I was not strong. I was eating well. I was fasting during chemo. So what that meant is sina chakula inaingia kwa mwili yangu. Dawa inatoka haraka sana.
Okay. That's a good one.
Ideally, dawa inakaa kwa system for about a week.
For mine.
In me, and I used to take at least, I remember huwa nawaambia kila siku kunyweni a minimum of 3 liters of water. Because that regenerates your system really quickly. It's the easiest way. Ukikojoa, ukisweat, that's how toxins leave your body. That's the easiest way of flushing out toxins from your body. And so I nilizingatia tu hiyo. So in the process of, remember I'm fasting, but I'm drinking water.
Sure.
I'm just fasting from food. So it meant that the toxins from the chemo were leaving my body at a speed rate that cannot be compared to ule mtu ambaye anakula. And this was only because kawaida dawa inakaa kwa hapo day 5, day 6 ndio unaanza kusikia poa. Na ukianza kusikia poa, you're scheduled for another appointment. You know, that was an issue for me.
I remember when you shared that in your page about fasting, about going to chemo and then you don't eat. I tried. It worked. It worked from the 3rd session and the 4th session. I never had.
Worked.
Yes, it did. I
God,
didn't have
so
that
happy.
extreme nausea and vomiting. The first one and the second one were hard, but for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, I smoked.
And this is
that
the
is
thing.
true.
I'm not even advising people to fast for all the 7 days.
Yes.
It is day before chemo, day of chemo, day after chemo. Usikule chochote throughout the day. Just drink water.
Ama if it's a master kule, just something light.
Fruit.
Yes.
And then jioni, now I used to eat something very light. Ungenipata nikikula sima ama chapati. If I had to eat, ningekula maybe boga, like stir-fried vegetables, ama mchele na some vegetable sauce. Something that is extremely easily digestible. Na portion nayo ya mtoto mdogo.
Ya kidogo.
Portion ya mtoto wa class 1 ama class 2.
True.
So what that meant is that 1, hakuna hata chakula kwa system yangu for me to feel nausea and throw up. Like I would feel like throwing up, but ni hewa.
There's nothing.
There's nothing, so I wouldn't vomit. That's what counters the side effects, the reactions, whatever side effects chemotherapy causes.
Yeah. So another thing, ilikuwa challenging sana. Yenye watu hawataki kuongelelea about your partners is about sex.
Yes.
People don't want to talk about that.
Yes.
And it's a topic that we have to talk about because
We
I remember when I was diagnosed, now my husband's like, now I'm not going to have that.
That's the first thing he thinks about.
I'm not going to have this thing any for these 6 months and undergo chemotherapy. I was like, I don't know, maybe we should go and ask the doctor. And when we did, I even shared with my mom.
Oh gosh.
I had to call her and tell her, now, Mommy, this is what this guy thinks. So what about it? And then she told me, my mom had to talk to him, you can imagine. Reassure, she's a nurse. Yeah, he's free. We are free.
Oh, your mom is a nurse as well.
So he's free with my mom. I'm free. We always talk about that. I mean, this guy is saying that he's not going to have sex with me because I will give him chemotherapy or that drug. Yeah. That was the reason. Or maybe the doctor will say that we are not allowed to do that. You see, yeah. But the doctor told her that there's no problem. So it's not an issue anymore.
You can see how ignorant we are, right?
Yeah, it's not an issue.
Well, for me, it was not so much that, but the fact that the medication was making me so dry. Like so dry that if he attempted, it would feel like rape.
That's
actually
true.
I remember the first time post chemo, when we tried to have sex, he was super duper gentle. and like afterwards, it felt like I had been raped.
The pain.
I cannot describe that feeling, guys, and it's important for us to talk about these
It
things.
is
'cause
important.
Everyone
It
talks
is
about,
hard.
oh, I lost my hair, I lost this. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing for some, but the truth is, it's a topic that needs to be had because cancer does not only affect single people.
It's true.
If anything, it mostly affects married people.
Yeah, and also
Because married people have stress, unafikiria watoto, unafikiria hakuna pesa, rent,
That's
stima,
true.
nini,
That's
blah,
true.
you know, so
Yeah, that
It's-
was it. That was
Wow.
it about yeah, but we sorted it out. Now we are good. We are good.
that's interesting. But at the clinic, they teach us about this stuff. They say you need to be mindful because kama utapitia treatment for 2 years, is your partner supposed to stay celibate and men being men?
Yeah, they can't.
Unaona unamwambia umepata diagnosis badala afikirie.
Imagine.
Afikirie sasa tunakata matiti ama nini.
Yeah.
Yeye kitu ya kwanza amefikiria tu ni
Yeah, that's
"We, I'm not getting the deed."
Yes. It's funny, but it's true. Lazima ajitetee.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we talked about it. I shared with my mom. My mom called him. They talked. He told me. My mom
Reassurance.
told. Yeah.
And by the way, sometimes for a relationship, like if you're battling a disease, always learn to express how it is you feel. I believe hiyo kuongea inasaidia mwenzako kukuunderstand na mnaacha kukuwa na assumptions za you don't want to have sex with me because I'm not beautiful anymore,
Yes.
because I don't have hair anymore.
I do not have a breast like me.
Cause like Dan was telling me, he felt like I was so delicate. Yani hata anaogopa, yani anaona nitaporomoka, nitavunjika, you know?
Utasambaratika.
So it's not so much that he was not attracted to me anymore. He was just coming from a point of love and care in that anaona ni kama ataniumiza.
Yeah, I know. And also we need to understand our partners. You see, we might be going through this, but it is really affecting them. Not even our partners, but also the caregivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me,
It does.
for me, it's easy for myself. And sometimes I was sharing with him and my support with them, saying sometimes you don't even sleep because we are just thinking about it. I'm like, for me, I sleep
Because you've
like
already
a
come
baby.
to terms with the
Yes.
disease.
I sleep like a baby. I just wake up at 3 to pray and continue sleeping. Yeah. So we should also be mindful about the caregivers. Yeah. Give them time to talk about how they feel. Be remorseful. Help them. Strengthen them. Just reassure them that I am okay. When you're not feeling good, just tell them I am not feeling
I'm not
good.
feeling good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you have kind people around you, they'll be extremely understanding. But the thing is, don't expect. You just have to communicate your feelings
You have
at
to.
the time, every other time, so that muache cooperate in assumptions.
True. That's very true.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the clinic, they tell us, like when most of us actually complain about being super duper dry, and so they say buy lubes, buy lubricants.
Yeah, it will help.
It will help.
For me, your dryness.
And in the having sex, you even get to forget that you're sick.
Yeah, it helps a lot in the mind, and also just helps you to forget about I'm sick. For me, it's challenging because I have one breast. You see, like you can have that one breast, and your partner maybe will be like, maybe you'll feel like this guy doesn't love me anymore. Maybe I do not look attractive. But for him, he has never complained about it. He can see me.
I think he had the luxury of enjoying both of them when they were.
Yeah.
And now, at a point, and I feel you are not any less just because a body part is missing. Because today it's cancer. Tomorrow, someone else could lose their leg.
Yeah.
It could be any body part, not
That is
just
true.
a body part that is sexually enhancing. So it's very important to be mindful of each other and to ask them how it is they're feeling.
Yeah, and also about the support. I realize the people that you expect them to support you, they do not come through for you. You get most of the time it is the strangers who will come and maybe contribute some money to buy fruits, contribute some money for medication.
Yeah.
For me, I find it funny. it's a sorry state, but I just find it funny, and I've come to learn and understand to accept the situation as it is. Whoever wants to come and help you, whoever wants to be there for you, they will come. And those who do not want, they will just keep away. Just learn to accept that fact. It is there. We do not have to run away from it.
When I learned that nobody owes me anything is when I became free from those feelings of hurt.
Yes.
Because in my case, one side of my family came through for me 100%. And the other side of the family, walinyamaza, yani it's like they've ignored the fact that I have cancer. None of them have called me. None of them have texted me to find out, hey, umefikia wapi na treatment? How are you managing treatment? Some of them think it's about money, but none of them hata kutext to kuuliza Winnie, how are you feeling? How are you doing? None. So it taught me to not expect anything from anybody.
Yes.
And not to be entitled that because someone is your family member, then they're going to come through for you. That is not true. And the sooner you learn that nobody owes you anything, you will live your life. The God who gave you the challenge that He gave you will send you divine helpers to make your way.
He has done. He
has. Na ndio kwa sababu una feel yani strangers wanakuja kunisaidia na hata my immediate people, they are not coming through for me.
Exactly. Let me tell you, like on TikTok, I have a group of friends we were sharing. There's a comment, there's a clip that was put, people are praying, and somebody says that I would like to have such kind of friendship. So I told them, let us form a group, and people are commenting there. They told me, form the group, we will join. So I formed the group and they joined. And trust me, these people are very, very supportive. I have not met them. These people are
you guys pray on TikTok?
Yes. But we pray on WhatsApp, but we've never gone live on TikTok. But we do call, we do have prayers every day. Yeah, every day, Google Meet at 10 p.m. We read the Bible, we pray, and at 3 a.m. Ever since we formed that group, these people.
I would love that. I would love to be a part of that.
I will add you to the group. They have contributed money for me. I have never met any one of them, but they were kind enough to support me, to be sending me fruits, to be sending me money for maybe treatment of the blood works, and I'm just thankful to God. I do not know how that came up. They're the ones who, from the story they see me posting on TikTok, I do not share that kind of story in the group, but some of them see it on TikTok, on my WhatsApp, and like, Winnie, just sit there, we want to love you, we want to love you. These are total strangers. I don't know, and I just want to tell them that I am so grateful and I am so thankful. All I can say is that God will reward you. He's the one who brought us together. And every now and then when I think about that, that is the only thing that makes me cry. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I totally can relate. But just remember, if you're going through this, nobody owes you anything. Absolutely nothing. If someone wants to give you something, if someone wants to be there for you, let them be. If not, don't expect. It will cause you immense heartbreak.
True. Just let go. Forgive and let go.
Let the God who gave you this challenge provide you with the means to get through this challenge.
Yeah.
Parting shot, Winnie.
Parting shot, I just like to say thank you.
I would like you to give a parting shot to the people who are battling cancer, not just breast cancer. And a parting shot to the people who, in this case, we would term as healthy, like normal, don't have cancer.
Okay, for those people like me who are fighting any type of cancer, not necessarily breast cancer, this day I just want to take this opportunity and wish you a quick recovery and tell you to hang on there, trust in God. Believe in God, trust in God for healing, and He will come through. We are not yet done with the journey, but we are trusting God that He will come through for us. And one day, one time, we will stand and testify, and we will stand and educate the public and tell them of what we went through, and encourage them. Yeah, and for those who are not fighting this breast cancer, one thing I would just like to tell you is be supportive to this, to us who are battling this. It is not an easy journey. It is very, very expensive. We need support financially, prayers, and by anything. Nobody calls for it, but it just comes. It can catch anyone. So it's good to be a support to one another, provide a shoulder to lean on. And I think those who are not battling and they have supported me, from my parents, from my mom, thank you so much, my sister, my brother, and everybody else who have been there, my husband. Let me not forget to mention that, because it will be a big problem. Thank you so much. I appreciate, and thank you, Winnie, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for coming.
To talk to the world and tell them that yes, we will pull through this, and we are strong together, because God made us strong and you are strong. Be blessed.
Well, thank you so much, Winnie, for honoring my call. I do appreciate that you took your time to come all the way. I can't wait for us to have this go up, because I know the potential it carries and the immense information it carries as well. Especially you being a medic from a family that has a history in the medical field. I felt it was important for you to share and show people that this thing, man, it can get anyone. You're not immune to it because you are in a certain field. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a layman. When into mkokoteni, it literally can get anyone. And it's important to acknowledge that. Well, until the next time, thank you so much for watching.
Bye. Mwah.